Hello, my name is Samantha Jansen, and the topic I chose for my final project is the subconscious influences on decision making. Starting off with the agenda, this is just a list of the slides based on the rubric. And then I chose a topic because I often label myself as a chronic overthinker, meaning I replay situations and decisions I made over and over again in my head, and it can be very anxiety inducing. So this has been a great topic to kind of learn a little bit more about why I think that way. Starting off with what subconscious influences on decision making is, I have the dictionary definition of what subconscious means here. And I think it really is, in almost every situation, the unconscious mind impacts the choices you make and how you react to situations. There are many different factors that can contribute to your unconscious mind. A few of these include the environmental factors, learned behaviors, past experiences, and emotions. Subconscious influences are very important to be aware of because a majority of the decisions we make in our day-to-day lives are made without conscious thinking. Depending on a multitude of factors, this can either be really helpful or really harmful. And I learned best through examples. So you'll see kind of throughout this presentation, a lot of the ways I explain are through examples because I think that's just the easiest way, especially with something like this, to learn. So starting off, you'll see here I had two of the TED Talks as I research literature. I find those really helpful. The first one is with Leonard Mildino. He shares that the unconscious mind can be best explained through social neuroscience. This is the relation between social psychology, cognitive psychology, and neuroscience. He states that what we perceive isn't really the data that is literally out there, but a construction that our minds make using our imagination. Next, I found this article. Um, Basically, in the case study, they are trying to find out um, if different factors they could change would influence consumer decision making. One of the case studies shows or was identifying if in-store music influenced what type of wine customers purchased. The case found that indeed the music did influence customers, and playing French music subconsciously influenced customers to purchase French wine. Next, I have another TED Talk. Dan Arnley shares in his TED Talk, Are We Really in Control of Our Decisions? Multiple situations explaining the external influences on individuals' decision making. I think kind of the overall point he is trying to make there is although we may think we're completely in control of every decision we make, there are often influences put in place to direct how we respond. And I think these two kind of examples here really show that. And then how this influences social interaction. Subconscious influences play a huge role in social interaction, specifically how we view one another and interpret situations. Some examples include remembering specific information if it's something we agree with. This is also known as confirmation bias. Next, we have believing someone is judging you if you are nervous. This is also known as projection and can be applied to a bunch of other things. And then lastly, oftentimes you may find yourself copying the tone and expression of someone if you're speaking to them directly. And then effects of cognition and why it's important. Understanding the impact of subconscious influences is very important in order to make critical decisions and distinguish your own opinions and stay true to your honest self. There are so many experiences, people, and interactions to learn from in this world that oftentimes things can be influenced subconsciously and distract you from what's real and true. So now kind of effects on the world of financial planning. Once I graduate, I plan to be a financial advisor. And I think two really good examples that relate this topic to that career field are your relationship with a financial planner as a person may subconsciously influence how credible you believe them to be. And then second, specific demographics may select their financial planner based on appearance and gender. There's a lack of women in the financial planning field. If there's women who have their own financial kind of plan set already, they're often looking for another woman financial planner to take that over and help them. So I think the most important thing I've learned is that just to be aware and just learning more about it is really the most helpful thing. And so I try often to be unbiased when it comes to critical decisions, but what I really should be aware of is those not so critical decisions, where I kind of let my subconscious influences impact each and every little decision I'm making. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this course this semester. It's been so helpful. And learning about the brain is really fascinating. And I really enjoyed this project. But thank you.